What was the most porno situation you've ever had? One that I still kick myself for. I work as a gardener, so I'm halfway there already, but at one of my former sites there was an older woman who lived there. She was late 40s, early 50s, but had aged like a fine wine, great body, lovely face, and an attractive personality that made you feel easy around her. She'd jokingly flirt all of the time too, which to then 21-year-old me had me real hot under the collars. One day I was using some rope for a job when she asked if I could help her move something heavy in her apartment. Me being the guy, I agreed, so I went into her apartment with the rope still in hand. Moved the stuff for her and she took notice of my rope, crossed her wrists over and said, "Oh, is that for me, sir?" Or something like that, whilst giving me now what I know as the look. I chuckled but left the apartment, where I immediately realized that I had an opportunity to playfully ramp up the flirting and see where it went. I was young and inexperienced, but in hindsight she all but handed me a condom and I used it as a balloon to float away instead. Years ago, my parents were not really happy with my sister after she came out as gay, so she wasn't invited to Thanksgiving. To support her, I went to her gay orphan's Thanksgiving with her friends instead of my parents. While there, I met this woman who I got along with really well, but I figured she was, well, a lesbian. Later, we were washing the dishes, and she says, "I think we're the only two straight people here." I go, "I think so." She says, "I think that means we have to duck." We did. How do you people get these opportunities to fall in your lap? The stars aligned. My coworker came to my office and said, "Come with me." She starts leading me down to the basement where there's never any other people. Turns out she just needed me to carry something heavy. Oof. Better than getting murdered, mate. Hey. Is it too much to ask for both? I lost my virginity working at a bar because my boss said to me, "Would you duck that girl over there?" I said, "Yeah, for sure." And he said, "You're cut, punch out and take her home." To which I had to really wonder if he was fucking with me. But no. He was not. Plot twist, boss didn't care about your love life, he just didn't want to pay you overtime. The boss paid a hooker for the shy boy. It was the boss wife and he was sick of her complaints about their sex life. Edit, 10K upvotes and a silver. I'd like to thank the Red Academy. Second most plausible explanation. Back when I delivered pizza, I was greeted at the door by a woman wearing the skimpiest of clothing, nearly completely see-through. I think she noticed that I was looking at her nipples and she mentioned her and her husband were swingers. Asked me to come inside, but my anxious ass declined, so she just took off her top and gave me some cash. Reading this thread has made me realize how painfully boring my life is. I had a pest control guy come into my condo without really knocking when I was about 20 years old. I had just gotten out of the shower, so I was in only a bathrobe. I also had just done laundry, so all my delicates like bras, panties and lacy lingerie were hanging around to dry. I have no idea what that poor guy was thinking I was trying to do, but I swear I just didn't realize he was coming. Hopefully not on your clean delicates. We have a black leather couch in the office. My boss had one in his office until we started making vines parodying those types of porns. That's beautiful. It was until I got a talking to about why military members shouldn't be taking their shirts off on video while in uniform. A while back was doing some physical therapy and walking back and forth in some parallel bars. It was me, male, my therapist, female, and a trainee who was shadowing her for a few weeks, male. She needed to check that my glutes were properly activating as I walked, and he needed the experience to know what to look for. So I was slowly walking back and forth while they shuffled along behind me, a hand on each of my ass cheeks. The situation was normal professional enough until another therapist, female, walked into the room and sort of froze in surprise, trying not to laugh. It was hard to deny the ridiculousness of it after that. She needed to check. I've been gait training patients for a long time, I've never needed to check, but congrats on getting a double ass squeeze. A high school friend's parents were out of town for the weekend, so I was sleeping over at his house. He goes to bed early, but I'm not tired, so I'm downstairs watching TV. His sister, about a year younger, comes in and sits on the other side of the couch. I forget what movie we're watching, but there was a fashion show and all the models came out wearing nothing. Sister asks, "Do guys get hard watching stuff like this?" I wasn't, but started when she asked. I was still not exactly a confident high schooler, but she was cute and I felt relaxed around her, so I said something like sometimes. Depends. Why? Do you get wet? She giggled but didn't say anything for a moment. Then she looked over me and asked if I was hard. I was a little scared that my friend would hear or walk in, but I knew he was upstairs and I was a horny teen. So I said, "Yeah. Wanna see?" She did. I showed her. Got a BJ. Ate her out. Good movie. You were watching PRT Porter, Ready to Wear. It's a very good film by director Robert Altman. Edit, hey. Thanks for the silver. This is my first awarded comment ever. Edit, whoa. Thanks for the gold. Or tip of my penis is leaking again. Edit, heard it as soon as I said it. God damn it, you guys. Better get that checked, dude. I think they make a cream for that. Girl, spread eagle on my bed in short shorts talking about how flexible she is me, are you even paying attention? You asked me who David Attenborough was and I'm showing you. PLS focus. Watch as the human male fumbles his mating opportunity with a willing female. This will be an important lesson he will remember next mating season. My freshman year of college, a girl was going door to door in the dorms offering to give head for someone to do her chemistry homework. Never been so upset I didn't pay attention in high school chem. When my sister's French exchange student came to the UK to stay with us after she left university to help improve her English. One night after a few too many drinks she came into the bathroom while I was having a shower and everything went way better than expected. She took a shit while you showered, nice. Delivered pizza to a hotel where a drunken orgy was going on. Customer gestured to me, 19-year-old nerd girl, mousy and unattractive, then to the scene, which included a guy snorting coke off a stripper's back, and asked, "Wanna play?" Turned him down because I was more concerned about paying rent. Also turned down his tip offer of a baggie of cocaine. He tipped me $50, though, so that was cool. I've heard drunken parties are the easiest way to get tips. They commonly give you money to keep quiet about the illegal things they do. Thanks for tip. Time to go tell my old pal Reddit. But don't worry, Reddit keeps secrets. First sexual encounter was while camping out with two girls on New Year's Eve in a situation framed by a very basic and immature premise that ended in, well, you could just have sex with us instead. #X200B, the real kicker, I lost my virginity like 7 years later. The night was hours of foreplay, oral and groping, but we refrained from actual sex as we didn't have protection. Upvote for restraint. What kind of restraints? The guy rope. Gardner didn't even know what to do with it. Sex with female roommate, we had just started season 1 of Doctor Who, she found it boring and legit said this is boring, wanna duck. Also prior to this she would walk around in thongs and bend over in front of me while doing laundry, and plenty of other random acts of accidentally doing stuff like this occurred. Do not shit where you eat, ended up ruining everything a year later. As cool as it was, ruined our friendship and mutual friendships as well. How hot was she? How did you ruin the friendship? She was always attractive to me. It was one of those things where you know your friend is hot, but you've only been friends so nothing ever happens. Except it actually happened in this case, and it's because she slowly started getting attached even though we were both seeing other people afterwards. Basically cut each out of our lives and the mutual friends sorta disappeared with it. I have a friend that I've always found attractive, but never really desired a romantic relationship with her. We were friends for probably around 7 years and nothing ever happened. We rarely even hugged. One night she was over at my place to celebrate my sister's birthday. Pretty much any time we were alone that night she'd bring up how sexually frustrated she was. I just brushed it off as her genuinely complaining about it, and not trying to get some from me. Eventually, I was drunk and very tired. So I said I was gonna go lay down. She immediately said she'd come join me because she was tired too. Again, I didn't think anything of it. We had shared beds before and nothing had ever happened. I guess this time was different though. We slept together. And literally nothing has changed between us. We're still great friends. It's been several years since we slept together too. I guess me and her got lucky? Apparently it doesn't often play out how it did for us. Neither of us have ever really wanted to date each other, as far as I know. But to be fair, it also wasn't great sex.